All right, we are live here today. Hello. Today's topic, we're diving into this twin flame journey. What on earth is this? What's happening? This is what we're diving into. I hear from a lot of you the questions about that. Why is this experience happening to me? I didn't ask for this. Why am I going through these things? Why are they doing stuff to me? Why do I feel connected to this person? A whole bunch of questions like this. And I'm open to hearing any question that you have. All right. So if you're new to my channel, my name is 𝐤𝐲𝐿, and I've been assisting twin flames. I've helped hundreds of them overcome the pain and confusion they experience on their journey, reconnect with themselves and the person they feel connected with, and stay there in connection. Okay. And I'll dive more into how this happens in a little bit, but we're going to go into this topic. Why this journey? What on earth is this? Okay. It feels painful. Who would ask for this? Why not choose a soulmate partner instead? Anything like this, feel free to comment. And I am live here on Facebook and Instagram today. Yay. So I am over there as well. Okay. I'm going to start by giving a background. Okay. And keep in mind, this is my awareness of the journey, my experiences, my learning by talking to many of you, talking to clients, working with clients over the years. You may hear different things from other people. Doesn't make one person wrong versus the other. I don't believe so. I like to cover a bigger part of the journey, not just aligning with yourself and observing your thoughts and things like those. We go a little bit deeper, and what we talk about here on this channel is connection. Okay, because that's what's happening here. You're experiencing connection with another person, and that experience helps you out, helps them out too. But this is a journey of you, okay? Keep in mind, you're not healing the other person, but your healing helps to heal the other person. Your healing, and any healing that you and the other person does help one another, okay? Because you are connected with one another and you can feel it. It's not your imagination. So I'm going to bring this back to the early days. All right. If you look carefully, if you pay attention, at least in my world, what I notice is many people on a twin flame journey come from really tough experiences in childhood. Okay. And it goes both ways. Like when I encounter, this is my ego, right? When I encounter someone on a journey and they're like, I have no problem, I have wonderful childhood, all this kind of stuff, I give them the side eye. Okay. I'm like, okay. So for this moment, we'll believe it. Hi, Desiree. for this moment, we'll believe it until the truth starts to come out. All right. So what I notice is this journey with both people involved have difficult childhood in one way or another. Okay. And they develop beliefs around connection through that experience, through the experience with a mother or a father or another caretaker, or with school. School creates trauma, guys. School creates trauma when they tell you you're not good enough. You didn't make the grade. That other person is better than you are because you didn't make that grade. Okay. And religion and all of this kind of stuff. So there are these tough experiences that shape a person's belief around connection, that makes a person feel like no one wants me unless I perform, unless I change, unless I become someone that I'm not. So now I have to be different, be someone different in connection, and hopefully, cross my fingers, they will love and accept me when I hide parts of myself, because I was told to hide, not told. Some were told. Some of you are told, you know, it happened in my household. Kids can't talk at the table. You can't talk in the car. We couldn't talk. Okay. When there were other adults around or something. This was certainly something of the culture. Later that wind up changing. And so you're told you're too much. You're not enough. Your ideas aren't enough. They're not good. Whatever it may be that causes us to dim ourselves, hide from ourselves. It's that if I open up, they're going to judge me. They're going to leave me. They're going to all this kind of stuff, right? Or the other person who seems to run from connection, whenever they try to open up, whenever they try to connect with people, something happens. So they shut down to connection. They're like, oh no, I can't experience this. This is painful. Love equals pain. Okay. And so the journey starts this way. If it's different for you, please comment. I love when people challenge me. I love challenges. I'm here for it. And so when you meet this person, you're a mirror of each other's trauma to each other. And your experiences in this connection, I'm going to tell you, you did not make it up. Okay. Lots of people tell me, was I making this up? I went through all this experience, and it was like Twilight Zone, and I heard their thoughts. I felt their energy. You did not make it up. Let's get out of this. Okay. If you feel like you make up your experiences in life, not just with this connection, is because there is a part of you that is protecting you and has been protecting you from what you're hearing, feeling, experiencing. So it protects you by saying, didn't happen. No, I imagined it. No, you didn't. Okay. So I'm here to tell you this. No, you did not. All right. So the two people come together. They mirror one another. You find yourself able to open up about yourself to this person and this person too. And you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I get to connect with a person. I don't have to hide. That was your perspective. Okay. Their perspective. Oh my goodness, I'm connecting with someone. They can see me. What on earth is this? No one's supposed to be here. I closed that door. Okay. I closed that door. So why are they showing up and telling me they love me? And you can shout it to the moon. I love you. And they're like, oh my goodness, what on earth is that? Not even, let me put it in realistic terms. Okay. Not that they're saying, what is that? So some of the stuff online needs to change a little bit. It's more like they didn't recognize it. Okay. They couldn't recognize your love. They couldn't see it because no one's really shown that to them, or they didn't think it was possible. So when it showed up, it's like, okay. And the trauma connects with the trauma. Like, oh, they did something that they're hurting me. They're doing something. Or maybe I shut my feelings down and let me honor their feelings and forget I have feelings, because who wants to know anything about my feelings? All right. So what happens in this connection that makes it challenging? If there's anything you take from here, and I'm working on that whiteboard thing, I just can't get into it. I just want to drill this stuff in you, right? So and so that aligns with you. Always align with your soul, right? But not to elaborate, to help you see this. One of the reasons that pain is experienced so deeply in this connection is because we attach relationship ideas to it. I'm going to repeat this. One of the reasons pain is experienced deeply is because we attach relationship to it. Okay, we consider this a relationship. I need to have them show up for me. They didn't do something for me. They need to be doing all this kind of stuff for me. This, and feel free to comment what you're experiencing, what's happening on this twin flame journey, your awakening, is that you're experiencing connection with yourself. Okay? With yourself. And I know someone over there, someone back there is saying, all right, well, how do you experience love if it's an experience with yourself? Like, I don't understand that concept. I need love to be in my life. I need it to come to fulfill something inside of me, right? You know where I'm going out with this. If you watch my channel long enough, this needing to have something outside of you, I combine this with manifestation as well. You know, we can look at it physically, energetically, manifested with the universe, law of attraction, all of this kind of stuff will bring it back to the same thing in some kind of way. And so when you say, I need to have it, you're saying, I don't have it. I need to have their attention. I need to have their love. I need to. But here's what happens. You may be thinking from here, I need to have them, but this is your inner person. Your inner person is the journey. I actually just saw a video from one of my favorite mentors, and I'm going to get them out here next week, seriously, because they changed my life. Your inner person is your twin flame. Okay? When I heard that, I said, whoa, really? He or she is waiting to experience connection with you, is waiting to experience connection overall, period. And it starts with you. And it starts with you connecting with that person within, because he or she is saying, I need it, and I'm going to look for it. It needs to come from somewhere. It needs to, like right here, right now. Before you say needs, what are needs? Do I need needs? I don't need needs. Like, you know, like we do. Like, you might be like, this is not me. Oh, well, when you stay busy, when you're working all the time, when, let's say, you're not making the time to connect with others, or perhaps you are, but you're not fully expressive, you're not fully yourself, and that kind of stuff. Yes, you run from connection, and your inner person says, I need connection. Okay? For a really long time, no one heard me. No one acknowledged my feelings. They made me deny certain aspects of myself and act like they're not there. But I still feel. Just because it's not there doesn't mean I don't feel it. Okay? And so what happens in this connection as well, we're like, well, I want to experience a connection with a person, but we haven't connected with ourselves yet. In our truth, in our awareness, and who we really are. And I know some of you might be like, oh, I am connected with who I am. When you stand up and you're no longer hiding anything, and I'm not saying in a rude way, especially with the person you feel connected with, you've met yourself. Okay? You've met yourself. And not during those times when you're angry. And then the truth comes out, because your true self comes out when you're angry, by the way. When you're in that moment, when the ego shows up, and not when it's tearing someone down, when it's telling the true feelings, like, I knew it, and this is what happened, and this is what I'm feeling. That's you. But guess what happens when we let ego step in and do that for us? The ego is not going to try to build connection. The ego is going to say, let's break it down. Let's hurt them. I feel hurt, so I want this person to feel that pain. And let's make sure that they do. And so that's what happens. But you don't want that. Okay? This doesn't build connection. The connection comes in to show you where you have been experiencing disconnection with yourself and with another person. Okay? Not just twin flame. This can be other people in your life too. You know, we point the finger. It's them, it's them, it's them. I can't connect because it's them. Or is it? Has it ever happened when, I know some of you are going to be like, but it's Sheen, it is them. It starts inside of you. I'm telling you right now, it starts inside of you. When you're ignoring everything that's going on in here, what does it teach them to do? The same. The same. And when you're not acknowledging that within here, how can they acknowledge it too? How can they acknowledge your feelings? I'm going to share an example with you that happened recently, and it was, I'm telling you, the healing on this journey When you step out of it being about a relationship and move into what is it showing me about myself and how I connect with someone, what is it showing me? So many things change so much. All right. Because this was with a family member of mine. And normally when we connect, it's in the past, it's like fire. No one's hearing each other and all this kind of stuff. And I had family members that said, you know what, you guys complain about the same things. So I said, oh, I was just learning about twin flames too. And I said, oh, that sounds like a mirror. So I was like, all right, if I want change to happen, I'll be the change. And started really working on myself, obviously being on this journey. It's going to happen, right? And our connection started to change and it started to improve. And recently we had it wasn't a disagreement, it was a discussion where I laid it out. I laid out my truth and I waited for the comeback. You would think after all this healing, sometimes your nervous system, you go through the healing, your nervous system's like, wait, what? Is it coming? Nope. I waited for an hour to go by because sometimes there's this delayed comeback. Nope. I was like, wow, this was amazing. This is amazing. You get to be you and open up and no one's judging you. Nobody. Not even that person you feel connected with. You know? And for those of you who desire that, you want to feel seen and heard and valued in your connection, I put a link below because we can do this. Okay? You can hop on a session with me and we can get you there because it's amazing to no longer have to hide from yourself because you are hiding from yourself for a really long time. And your inner person, especially your inner person, is like, stop doing that to me. Everyone has been putting me in the corner. Okay? When I speak my needs, they tell me to go back in my corner. I'm tired of being in that corner. And that's what's happening here. This is a reconnection with yourself, and this person mirrors that. And this person mirrors where the fear is. When you're feeling afraid, I'm so worried in this connection, like I feel it's being revealed to you. You know, you ever have that intuition that says, hey, something's not right. And you're like, well, I don't want to go into it. Not right now. Like, go away. Just go away. Right? It's not going to. It's not going to. Because your feelings are showing. This is your journey. This is your ascension. Yes, it is. You're releasing so many things that are not in alignment. Alignment. Okay? And it comes through feelings. It comes through an inner knowing. It comes through your dreams. It comes through whatever they're doing. But instead of looking at like, why are they doing? Because this is from the mind. The mind perceives the physical and wants to believe what it's looking at. Instead of doing that, come back within. You know, one of the toughest things on this journey is to release what the mind is saying, is to not connect with what the mind is saying. This is your permission. This is your opportunity to say, all right, I'm going to fight this because I deserve whatever it is you deserve. Love, peace, worthiness, and not worthiness. You are worthy. You truly are. Any of those, instead of looking at like, I need to have them. This is a relationship. Please come to me. The more you do that, the further they distance themselves. Why? Because this is from the mind. These are beliefs from society, from your ancestors, from, well, yeah, perhaps ancestor generation that were passed down generational, saying that it needs to happen outside of you. And if it doesn't, it means it's not happening. Right? So I'm going to bring this back to what I mentioned earlier. How does love happen? Take notes. Take notes so that you're no longer asking, how can I make it happen? Okay? I want you to really write this down. Ready? I'm assuming you have pen and paper. If you don't, take air notes, something somewhere there. The universe takes care of it all. There you go. That's it. The universe takes care of it all. It's in the hands of the universe. Let us release asking, how does love happen? And I've shared my story. And somebody asked me a question, and I'm going to answer this one too. I love it. I love when you guys ask me questions, okay? The universe takes care of it all. The mind says, I need to do something. I have to figure out. It's quiet. They're not talking to me. They're not reaching out. What do I do? The universe or your soul, God, however resonates with you. I like God. Soul too. Takes care of it all. Takes care of it all. Okay? And guides you too. So when you have that guidance, you need to reach out. Don't reach out. Stay quiet. Just wait. Wait until after a certain, whatever it may be, your soul is talking to you. It's talking to you. Not here. It doesn't happen here. It happens inside. These are your feelings, your awareness, and your feelings are a compass too. Because when something doesn't feel right, like I'm not feeling good about something, it's talking to you. Those are actual feelings that you're having, and you can feel those feelings. Okay? You can feel them because they are your guides, along with the ego, the triggers, your fear. Yes, with those two. Okay. You're like, but well, I can't have ego. It's gonna, well, where is it gonna go? The things that your ego, your triggers, and your fears are showing you, where are they gonna go when you don't acknowledge that they exist, that they're there, and go into them and let them talk to you. Okay. All right. Start doing that. Let them talk to you. You'll be amazed what comes up. People tell me, wow, am I making this up? No, you're not. The only way you'll know what your ego, not the words the ego is saying, what's fueling the ego, what's going on. Why are we saying this? Why are we going to war? Okay. Is it because you don't feel safe? You don't feel heard? You don't feel seen? All of this is what this connection shows. And it's usually the one we are the most connected with that's going to trigger the life out of us. Has that happened to you where you were like, where your partner got the worst treatment than a stranger? You're kinder to a stranger than you are to your partner? I know you had that experience. I did too. Because they trigger us more than anyone else. But rather than going into that and going into war, take a step back. That's what these connections been showing you, including this person you feel connected with, to take a step back and find out what's going on here. All right. So I see Desiree said, what about grief? You're connecting with twin flame. They know about the death you have experienced. Now they silently ignoring you. How do you keep from not liking twin flame, wanting to block them? Okay. I'm going to demonstrate. Let's do a demonstration. So how do you keep from that? Right now, it sounds like you're experiencing pain. Okay. The pain has a voice. So when you sit with that pain, okay, how do you not feel betrayed, especially when you know you supported at one point when they are grieving? I'm glad you asked that. So we'll take a step back for a moment and remove all ideas, all physical ideas on the connection, because there is something happening inside of you and it's pinning it to him. Why is he acting that way? How come it has to be? It's pinning it to him, but it's happening inside of you, not with him. Okay? Because it's likely, and I'm not excusing this behavior, the universe will work on him and guide you on how you can do that. All this happens that you don't hear much about. The universe will work on him. Okay. Because it may be he doesn't connect emotionally with something like this, or he doesn't connect with his emotions in a way, or whatever it may be, or maybe he whatever. I'm not going to create excuses and stuff like that. There may be something going on with him. I don't know. But what's happening here is perhaps your inner person, and you can let me know how you feel about this, says, well, he owes me something. He's supposed to do something about it. Why didn't he? One of the ways that I assist twin flames on this journey is to take a step back from that outer experience, because it's teaching you something. It's showing you something. And to go within and say, okay, what's coming up here? And we might say, well, I don't treat anyone like this. All right, where did this experience come from? Does this feel familiar? Did someone do this before? Okay. Is this a repeated pattern that's coming from somewhere? Is this the wounded masculine energy that many of us carry within ourselves? And it's one of the reasons I have the Divine Masculine Healing Journal. Is anything your twin flame is or is not doing, you take a look within. Okay, you mentioned your dad. And so when this experience happens with him, it's saying, hello, hey, I'm still here. This belief, this experience that you had with your dad is still here, and it's showing you that. Okay. And the next step is that inner healing to work around that so it stops appearing. So it's no longer a part of your reality. Right? And communication, whatever it may be, perhaps it's teaching you to communicate your feelings, to be open about them. Whatever you're feeling from a soul level, like it's really important for me, or whatever is coming from your soul. I don't create your words. I do not create your words. I do receive guidance though during the sessions. They're intuitively guided for you. We mostly hear from you because the answers are inside of you, and you learn to really tap in and get your answers, to really sit with yourself and find out what is being said. What is your feeling? What are your feelings telling you? What is your soul guiding you to do? How is it, like, what's happening? You know, we are in a moment where the divine masculine is being held accountable, is being awakened to a lot of nonsense that's been going on. The feminines have been doing a lot of healing. The feminines have been doing a lot of healing, and the masculines are waking up. But does this mean that it starts with the masculine? No, it's still a journey of the feminine. It's still your journey, not theirs. And this awakening process, when I say awakening, is waking up to their feelings inside that they've been running away from, their intuition that they've been running away from, happens with you when you connect and follow yours without people pleasing. Like your intuition says something, you're like, I can't listen. I can't do that. Why? Because it's going to hurt this person's feelings. I don't want to hurt their feelings. Oh, okay. Well, how can they understand your feelings when you're too worried trying to protect theirs? Right? And does this teach them that your feelings don't matter? Just like lots of people in your life have been showing you your feelings don't matter. This is an area for healing. When you heal this within yourself, I'm not saying to go run to your twin flame and say, hey, I need to be heard. You need to hear. No, it starts in here. It starts in here first, with you really hearing that person inside of you, and then he can hear you, or she can hear you. The people outside of you can hear you. If they can't hear you, they're not listening, they're not paying attention, is because somewhere in here you haven't heard the person in here and paid attention. All right. So it starts with here. And whatever your inner person, I love to hear if you connect with her. What does she say? What did she say? Mine yells at me sometimes. My spiritual guy yell at me. I get yelled at. And it's probably because of my Capricorn mind, right? And so they come in like, we need to knock off a bit of this stubbornness in you, okay? So my inner person will say, please do not allow us to be breadcrumb ever again. Nope. It's either all in or nothing at all. That's my inner person. Doesn't have to be yours, but your inner person is talking to you. It perhaps is saying, I'm being disrespected here, but the other part of you says, but I want this person, and continue to tolerate disrespect. All right. So again, don't go to them and say, oh, you're disrespecting me. We're building connection here. There's a way, like sometimes, like, don't let it come from ego. Do not let it come from ego. This is one of the things that we work on as well. What is ego? What is soul? How to move from that space. How to heal what the ego is telling you so you're able to move away from that protection and move into soul and connect that way. And let them know what's going on from that, from your feelings, your true feelings. Okay? All right. And all right, mine is angry and frustrated. And why is that? I'd love to know more about that, by the way, Natalie. And Ashwini says, oh, hi. So glad you're here. Suppose if we tolerated bad treatment, disrespect. It's never too late. You're welcome, Desiree. It's never too late. Never. Nope. I recommend to begin healing in here first. The reason why you've tolerated things from people. Bad behavior, mistreatment. Why is that? Where did it come from? And really working through that. And when you do that, you experience an internal shift that no longer feels capable of tolerating it. And your intuition increases. So you feel something's off and you can nip it. You know, I share this experience when I was working in a health center. One of the interpreters, she said, I don't know what it is, but my partner she always knows when it was like if she had thoughts about someone else or she didn't go into it fully, but she's like, I feel like I can't talk to anybody. It's like she knows. Okay. Don't deny those. The intuition, your feelings, don't deny those. And then hope and pray everything changes. No, your feelings are talking to you. Your feelings, your inner knowing, your dreams, the signs, the messages, they're all talking to you. Okay. And all right. Going up a little bit. How do the DM themselves feel about that? Feel about the disrespect? It depends. It depends. If they're aware, they'll feel bad within themselves for disrespecting you. They'll feel bad for you tolerating the disrespect. This isn't a twin flame thing. If you've been aware, well, if you have, but this story is coming up where I had worked with someone and her husband disrespected her in ways I'm not even going to mention. And they were married for like 30 years. And then one day he woke up and said he wanted a divorce because he got tired of disrespecting her. They're aware. When there is a level of disrespect, they are aware. And there may be this feeling of, I'm such a terrible person. I don't know what to do about this. Like, what do I do? And one of the worst things, I say worse, not quite, but one of the things that doesn't help with this is when we shame them, we blame, and all of this kind of stuff. Because what I've noticed, this is me, I've noticed, perhaps you, the divine masculine is attempting to heal, makes attempts. Like, and when us, and keep in mind, I'll use feminine and masculine, but can go either way. When we're judgmental, we put them down, we blame, we let ego run the show. What happens with the divine masculine is, oh, this experience feels familiar. That was my mom. That was my mom. I'm going to respond to this. This is subconscious, the same way I responded to my mom when she did that when I was younger. You're a mirror for each other. Okay. But when, again, you're sitting with your soul, you get those answers, right? And you approach from soul. This is how I was feeling in my experiences and how I feel, without putting him down, telling him he's not good enough, he needs to clean up, he has to do all this kind of stuff, or whatever the case. You're just expressing your feelings. This is an opportunity for growth. Okay. Or when he begins to open up, like, I really shouldn't have done that, I'm so sorry. We acknowledge that this is an opportunity for growth, rather than he's opening up and we say, how dare he did X, Y. Can you believe? And we're quick to call our friends, right? Some of us, we're quick to call somebody. He said this to me. I can't believe he said that. Now it's time to shut down for him. I tried. I'm just going to shut down because mom spoke that way to me. And this is how I've been responding to her. Remember, this journey you're healing, you're actually both healing one another. It takes one person. You can do the nervous system regulation, all this kind of stuff. We work on that. Recognizing ego, so you don't go there. Don't go there. And if you go there, you're not always perfect. The key thing is you're not in ego most of your time, because you're destroying connection. You're destroying it. If you can avoid being in there, you're going to build connection instead. Okay. And you're recognizing these things. So when ego shows up in him, because he's learning too, because we're both learning, both are learning. If he's showing improvement and he's moving in some kind of direction, give some credit. Give some credit. It's a tough journey on both people. It can feel pretty tough when you're being triggered and these things are coming up. Okay. And you hold space for that. Like, for example, your person is now they're in their ego mind, they're like this, and stuff like that. And you take a step back and you recognize he's reacting to something he remembered. He's reacting to a certain way people have been treating him. This is a wound coming up. And just like you have your wounds that come up and you want to address them, so does he. A lot of times we unintentionally, we're not doing this on purpose. We're just not taught how to connect. We put the person down without realizing they're doing that. And now the healing, it doesn't stop, it's delayed. I like to believe delayed or on time in the way that it shows up, however your soul knew was going to happen. Anything like that. All right. And so, yes, they do feel, and they feel the connection. They feel what you're feeling, they're feeling too. I do not believe in an unawakened person. Okay. That means that we have no intuition. I do believe there's a level of awareness, and one may be more aware than the other. As long as you have intuition, there's only one truth. And that truth shows up in whoever, in you, in him, in psychics. You have different psychics saying the same thing. It's one truth. And if you have intuition, you're connected with that truth. Okay. And like both when they do it after reunion, they do it after, feelings are all around. And when I see him, I don't know how I feel. Good question. Good question. I believe you're saying you don't know how you feel when you see him. All right. This is coming up. This is something coming up. How do I feel? How do you feel? Find out. Find out. And how do the DM do feel about it? Do they even feel bad about it? Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay. Because I have allowed a lot of mistreatment and tolerated bad behaviors from the masculine, and my DM and I was too scared to say, this comes from my dad and being shut down. You got it. You got it. You work on healing it from there. Your DM works on healing it from there. Now, you're not, obviously, you're not focusing on it. We're not healing them. But we create a space within ourselves for healing and in the connection for healing. All right. They dish it out to us. All right. So I'm just scrolling down. And hi, Yashi, you said recently you were having energy challenges. Was that about your twin flame journey or about your work or both? Ooh, I'm not sure what those energy challenges were. I don't recall. Earlier energy challenges. So if you can clarify, I'd love to, or I'll watch the replay and then I'll comment. Sorry, that doesn't sound very healed to me. Okay, I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Does your twin flame believe in twin flames? Did you go through a transition after you guys finally got together? Is he the DM in your relationship now? I think you said in the past you were the runner. Yes, I was the runner, and which created running being mirrored. And all right, I'm breaking down the questions. There's a lot of questions here. He believes in a connection, no labels. There's a connection and intuition, the intuitive guidance. Did you go through a transition after the transition? Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The transition after getting together. Absolutely. There's healing you do on your own, and there's healing you do in connection. Okay. I strongly recommend, if you're not in physical contact, get the healing. Get the healing, get your nervous system together, like working well, or begin building connection with those around you. And then when he comes in, or she, this person will trigger some things, because now you're experiencing connection with another person. It's not by yourself. Okay, there's by yourself, and then there's with someone else, and you're each triggering each other for the purpose of healing and cleansing. Okay, and yeah, he is the DM in the relationship. I think you said in the past you were, and yes. All right, so I believe I covered all of that. I was, because that's a whole nother video. I'll be here forever if I go into this. Yes. And the universe came in and showed me all the ways that I had been running, mainly from myself. Mainly from myself. It wasn't even the connection. It was mainly from, well, with him, it was mainly from myself, my intuition. I'm not good enough. The intuition is like, sure, you're connected. This is really wonderful. I don't think so. I can't see in the physical. It doesn't look like it. I'm making the stuff up in my head, being 1 foot in, 1 foot out when it comes to connection instead of all in. And because when you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't, because then you have the mirror of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and it feels like nothing's working. And I always say, don't focus on him. Be all foot in with yourself. All foot in with yourself, and let go of making it about them. All right. I feel like I have no kind love left for him. I like that you pointed that out. I like to call it, and if this sounds relatable to you, I'm loving myself more. I'm loving myself more. And then let love grow. That is the thing that I was going to bring up, because somebody had asked this question. Ooh, there's a lot of questions. Okay. They're like, my twin flame says they don't have any feelings. They don't let go of all of that. Don't even like, I like to say, don't pay no mind, but don't come back and say, oh, 𝐲𝐿 said so. All right. I'll share with you what I know happens is that the universe guides the connection. And so when your person may be like, well, I'm not feeling anything, I'm not, the universe guides the connection. So there may be dreams, signs, messages, go here, do this, all this kind of stuff. And guess what happens? The more a person does for the connection, because the universe is saying so, the feelings creep up. I know for myself, I would hear things like, you've got to remember the good times. You've got to remember, you got to remember. And all these, the memories of the previous times were coming up, like, you need to remember, you need to choose, you need to do this, you need to do all kinds of things. And before I knew it, feelings reignited. And so I share that because so you can have an understanding of what goes on here. Your part, the only thing is to prepare yourself for the connection, to experience the connection, and everything else. Like I said, I told you, pull out pen and paper, write it down. It's in the hands of God, the universe, your soul. Let your soul lead. Let it take care of that work. And all right, is there a similarity between DM type of wounds? What wound them which may not affect DF the same way? Ooh, mother wounds. Mother wounds. Oh man. And we all have them. We do. What I've noticed is a lot of DMs are really affected by their mom. Really affected by their mom. And perhaps that creates some sort of disconnect with the feminine because he wasn't shown or had experienced a connection with a feminine who actually connects with him in a way that felt healthy and loving and nurturing. Perhaps there were times that was in there, but this is what I hear from the divine masculines is that, and from feminines who talk about, who have expressed what goes on with their masculine, is that mother wound, the controlling, the anger, the things like those. Okay. But overall, the experiences, the fears are similar. They're mirrored. They just happen for different reasons. All right. And 12/12, it's August 7 now here. Oh, it is. Yeah. We're almost at the 8/8 portal. Okay. I'm so excited. You said you took a break. I did. I'm not connecting it to, I did. I had to. And healed of me, mom. I often feel like intense pain and longing both. It's part of the journey, and it's not one-sided. I must admit, the universe opens a door for the other one to feel it in divine timing. However, your soul knew that this was going to unfold for you. Okay, that state of mind doesn't feel very healed to me. Okay, but what if we had good times? You know, those good times show you what's coming for you with healing. All right. If the journey was not set up this way, it would not mean much. If there were no good times, you'll be like, oh, what? You'll walk away like, just another, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, right? And then continue on your way. But the mind goes back to, oh, but it felt so good. Those were good times. Those are good times. It attaches itself to the good time. I want more of that good time. But the way to that good time is not through the mind. It's actually through everything else that the journey and the connection is showing you. Okay. We have a lot of active people in here. Oh, okay. Lots of questions. So I'll do my best. If you're still sticking through the questions, love you. If you're not, catch the replay or something, it's fine. I'll do my best to answer these. And mine told me I'm lazy like his mom, and that's why he loves me so much. I'm not sure whether that's a compliment or a strange thing to say. What does your soul say? And if it triggers something in you, it came up to do exactly that, trigger something in you. I never got to feel like the girlfriend. Okay, so this is an attachment, and I won't go further into this because I don't know the full story. But feeling you're not, there's a wound behind that, and there's also manifesting that's taking place. Is union possible when your relationship with your mother is not good? I'm still super triggered by my mother, and the healing is happening, but very slowly. When your relationship with your mother is not good, healing can happen at any time. I mean, union can happen at any time. We union can happen at any time. Okay, it can happen tomorrow for some of you, and if it does, come back, let us know about it. Come back to this video and comment below. But while you're healing, you'll start to notice your relationship with others around you changes. Okay, and so your connection with your mom may begin to improve because the energy within yourself, your mom, is a representation of the feminine energy typically. So you're healing feminine energy, masculine energy too, the combination of both, and you start to see that shift. Because you said triggered by her, something she's doing. So this is masculine energy. You feel that, and it starts to appear. What happens to some people, though, and I'm not saying that this is you, if the parent is a karmic connection, it was meant to serve as karmic, unfortunately. Okay. And with the healing, you're able to see that and you're able to do what's best for yourself. So these are things that happen while you are healing. Mom say, what if we never have I say, what if we never have good times? This is coming from the mind. Your soul knows. Your soul's telling you something. Every time we met, something hit me. I'm not sure what that is. I think we're coming to the end. This is a lot of comments. I might not get through it all. I thought I heard that your energy needed replenishing or something from your work, and I wonder if that was just related to the soul work you do, or was there something affecting your twin flame journey? I don't recall saying that, but I do know energy cleansing is necessary. Okay, cleanse your energy regularly, and the reason is because the mind says we're the only ones here. There's only good in this world, right? No, where there is light, there's dark, and so you're cleansing your energy to maintain your light. Okay. And you don't respect your mom. You feel bad for saying that. I say don't feel bad. There's a reason you feel the way that you do. When we feel bad, sometimes we're saying, I don't feel this way. I don't have a right to my feelings. But you feel that way. All right. You know, I want to say when I was in my wounded space before I really healed, because my upbringing was rough. And so I was rough. I was a bit rough on the kids. And so my daughter became distant from me. And that was painful. It was like I went in for a hug and she was just like, oh. I didn't get angry because I knew that she had the right to her feelings because of the way that I had shown up when she was younger. And it was going to take time and for her to develop that trust in me as long as I stay consistent. There's a reason you're feeling the way that you do. Okay? All right? Lots of things here. Wow, didn't know that a mother could be karmic. You really helped me with insights, not just the mom, other family members as well, and so on, can be karmic. Our soul choose this path. My heart always goes out to the person who experiences this and really wants to have their parents around, and they're realizing that that may not be a possibility for them. And so on, my heart truly goes out. And then there's the healing is that you become the parent that your inner person has always desired and wanted. There's usually grieving that goes on with that too. Again, be super gracious on yourself and easy on yourself if this is your experience. It's not everybody's experience. And what is your take on free will with this journey? There's no free will. There's no free will. Okay? There's no free will. There's the perception of free will. That's what this is. You're believing that you have free will. If there is absolutely pure free will, why are there dreams, synchronicities, angel numbers? You're dreaming about them. You're feeling a pull towards certain places. Your life seems to not go well together unless you choose the connection. This was my experience, and the experience of a lot of runners. It's like their life seems to fall apart because they're choosing a different path. And that's what it is. You're choosing a different path. And your soul tells you, your soul guides you. So when you choose something and something feels off, it means you're not on the path. Get back on the path. Okay. And so, no, I don't believe in that with free will. And even when we decide, we're like, well, I don't want my twin flame. I'm choosing someone else. It doesn't work that way. All right. There are people placed into our lives that come in our lives at particular moments. And things like those, the universe brings those people in. So rather than I'm choosing, allow God to bring in your soul people, whoever they are, your divine counterpart, your clients, if you run a business, your soul family, your friends, let them come in. Get into the energy of receiving and allow them to come in. Okay? All right. I definitely see you there, Natalie, with the comments of your mom. Oh, how to face them when they treated us so badly. Again, this is the mind. This is the mind. Move into soul. And so you're transcending those feelings. You can connect with them, definitely. Those feelings are real. Those feelings are real. Okay? And work through them and process those feelings. All right. It seems that there's so much fate in preordained undertakings, but then free will allows things to unfold, which could lead to union or no union. Okay. In another video, would you be interested to hear your post-union story without all the details, of course, but the generality of how you guys had to work out the up-close differences and pulling away? I did explain that in a video, but I could do it again. Or I'll put a link to that video once I can locate that. All right. So I appreciate all of you hopping on and asking questions. This was really, really wonderful. So again, this journey is about you. This journey is about you. And you find yourself and reconnect with yourself, and you find connection when you release making it about them. Okay? And allow your soul to guide you through. All right. Take care.